Recording, guys. Welcome back to the episode of Half Court Trap, a playoff preview and the end of the season awards. I'm your host, of course, Big Mike on the BigMike.LittleAnt channel. We got the panel back in the building, and Ravi, we haven't had in a long time, to give us his basketball insight. What's up, Ravi?
What's going on, fellas?
President, Sixer fan here, or whatever.
Yeah.
Also got Tobi, who, of course, and Jeff.
What up?
Oh yeah, what's up, fellas? So we're gonna get right into it, man. The end of the season has come upon us, so we talk about it all year, left and right. So now that it's over, who's your top 5 MVPs and who wins the award? Jeff, who you got?
I knew he was gonna come to me first, but that's all good. But so yeah, that's all good. So I got Joker winning it by default because number 2 Embiid missed too many games. So Joker has to. He led his team to the number 2 seed in the conference. They're going to get the face off against whoever comes up against them. I mean, Phoenix, yeah. No, they can't because the play ain't going to Phoenix.
I'm in Blazers.
Portland. And the sad part about that is I can't wait for later in the show because I got an interesting perspective on that process. So, but I definitely think Joker's 1 and Embiid is 2. He has to be. I'm giving CP3 3 is a play on that too. So, I was like, hey, that's how I got to give it to that. The other players I got to give it to, I'm going to go Giannis at 4. Even though they weren't as fiery as they've been in his more other MVP seasons, he still maintained them to get a top 3 seed and representing the East, So it's not like he fell down to 4 or 5, so I wasn't going to discredit him that bad. He actually had a really good season amid the additions they had, like Drew Holiday, which is a solid player, but I still think Giannis is the horse that drives that engine. And then last and 5, excuse me. I really couldn't think of anybody to give it to 5, so I'm gonna give it to LeBron. So it showed his importance. The losses are what makes me give him the MVP vote because of the fact that they don't play well when he's not on the floor. When he's on the floor, they're virtually unbeatable. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, the losses when he was out, but throughout the season he had a pretty good season. I think it was a really good season for him. Actually, it was kind of his normal 25, 27, 7 and 7, kind of like his career averages.
All right,
and I got it going to the Joker, like I said, by default because Embiid just missed too many games. Just can't give it to that.
All right, Tobi, you can go 5-1 or 1-5, however you want to do it. But
I'm gonna go 5-1.
All right.
5 Giannis, 4 CP3, 3 Curry, 2 Embiid, 1 Joker.
Okay. All right.
Who you got? Okay, you got him.
So you got Curry in and Jeff Nolt in top 5. What about you, Robbie?
That was a good one.
Tobi's as well. I think Joker 1, he's going to win it just by default. Embiid 2, Steph 3, Giannis 4, CP3 5. CP3 got to be in the discussion because of what he did to the Suns. They won almost 50 games, or they did win 50 games. Giannis obviously dominated. Now, if we're talking about who played the best, completely different 5. I got Embiid, Harden when he was playing, he was on fire. But that's a conversation for another day.
Okay, all right. Y'all keep saying Joker by default, like Joker didn't play good.
No, he had one of the best offensive seasons ever. Like,
I know, right?
Yeah. I'm just a little sour because he's gonna win like first team center when he should be Embiid.
Gotcha.
So just to see, yeah.
Yeah, he was like 26, 11, and 8 or something. Some crazy ass number center. It was ridiculous, but I'm gonna go with Joker by unanimous.
Not a unanimous. Hold up. You not unanimous because we gotta get that on the record.
I think he's gonna run away with it though. He might not be unanimous like Steph.
Okay.
He's gonna run away with it though.
All right.
So, but I think Joker. Then I would go. I would go Joker, Giannis, Steph, CP3, and then I would go Embiid. Because Embiid was dominant, but he missed 20 games, which is a lot of the season. Well, not so he stays in my top 5. Bron missed way too many games, or whatever. That's why he can't be in it for me. Like you said, Giannis was, he wasn't as good, but he was still good, whatever like that.
Yeah, consistent.
CP3, like you said, what he did. And for Steph, man, I would Tobi. Steph got to be in, man. Steph is playing with a bag of bones. and to get them to the HC, but that's still the conversation later on too. So these are my conversations. So all right, so we wound up with the Joker. All right, next one. At one point in the season, it was Melo, but then Melo got hurt, and then Tobi said, "Put your money on Anthony Edwards," but then Melo came back, whatever like that. So now, Tobi, who you got for Rookie of the Year?
And if you did what I told you, man, you lost your money, man. Came back, and I think Edward plays on the Timberwolves. They just suck so much. They're just too low down, and LaMelo's in a playing game now. So definitely, LaMelo, he was winning it. He came back.
Bless you.
And yeah, it's good.
So good thing we listen to Tobi and put our money.
Why? Who did he say? He said Edwards, right?
Yeah,
eventually. Okay. Yeah.
Back and then Edwards, he was hooping though, but goals came back and he started doing. He's still good as hell, so still a rookie.
Yeah. Tobi, who you got? I'm not Tobi. Jeff, who you got? Rookie of the Year.
Melo. I mean, I'm not for one. I'm the resident Hornets fan, so definitely I'm gonna pick my boy. And then for two, you know, it's funny. He's more ready for the NBA because he played against grown men, so he has that experience. Anthony Edwards is a baller, no doubt. But you know, as time goes on, he'll probably get more possessions. But Melo got it this year, man. He was the most exciting. He was the most talked about, and his team played the best when he was on the floor.
So I remember last year for the draft, Ravi was kind of hating on Melo, something like that. Talking about his 3-point percentage in Lithuania and stuff like that. But who you got for Rookie of the Year, Ravi?
I think Melo's gonna win. I do think it's gonna be close voting wise, because this rookie class is gonna be solid going forward. But I do think Melo is gonna win, even though they're getting clapped right now in the playing game.
Yeah.
Man, they rookies. I mean, they young, you know. Huh?
Oh yeah, nobody.
They was smacking them by like 20 when I was there.
No Miles Turner, nobody, and they're getting killed. But he's a rookie. It's the first playing game ever. Like,
I mean, he is the 10th seed for a reason.
So look like Indiana gonna make the playoffs, Jeff. I feel like you're wrong about that.
I mean, it's not. But this is 9 and 10 though. This is 9 and 10. In
the regular season they wouldn't. So by due to the context of this season, you know, I'm gonna give you that.
I'm just gonna say though, this playing thing or whatever like that.
This is corny. This is corny. I don't like it, man.
I only like the playing. It's like 8 and 9. It's like real close or something like that.
Nah, that's why they do the win-loss. Just keep it original.
Just keep it original.
Yeah.
Rob, you like it?
I like it. Yeah. You guys are Lakers fans, you know?
No, you like college basketball. That's why you like to play in. And this is resemblant of that, and I don't like that.
I like the intensity. I mean, like, what's the difference between 7 and 10 anyway? It prevents tanking, and then like in the West,
7 and 10.
That's a good point.
In the West maybe, but like in the East, typically like 7, 8, 9, 10 are losing records anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. He's right. That's why I don't like it.
Yeah. So
terrible basketball at the end to make it me feel meaningful? No, that's terrible.
Do it by who's the separation of games.
I don't think they need to. Listen, I'm going to say why, because Ravi said it. Oh, he on point. This keeps teams from tanking.
Yeah.
So 7 to 10, now you got a shot to get in. Like, hold it, I might get in. So your organization doesn't go, let's just throw it away.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, okay, I'm going to talk topic, obviously, but I think they should keep it, but just the one, like 8 and 9.
8 and 9.
They play for one spot. 8
and 9. That's it.
Not all this. I think this is too much for me. I think that'll be cool, because don't baseball got to play it, whatever, same thing, like a playing game or whatever like that, I think.
They have like a one-game wild card, yeah.
Yeah, one-game wild card, yeah, something like that.
And it's like some of the most intense, like, obviously we're not watching the game right now, but I'm sure it's very intense.
Nah, they getting smacked.
Nah, they getting smacked. It's not.
I'm saying like the quality of basketball. It's not like you're watching a Timberwolves Rockets game.
Yeah, you watching the AFC versus the 10th seed.
That's why I said just 1, 8, and 9, just a little bit more revenue. I think it would be dope still, whatever like that. But to have 7, 8, 9, 10, like I agree with Blonde. Like if I'm the 7th seed, I should be in. I should have to play
sure.
and still get in or whatever. I
I mean, you are. I mean,
Maybe.
that seems.
I like Toby's idea actually with a couple game separation.
Mhm.
If you earn the separation from the rest of the pack, then yeah, sure.
Yeah, that's
But
cool.
this year, I don't know if the Lakers did. I don't think they did.
You don't know what?
But we can get into that. I don't think the Lakers separated themselves from the rest of the pack.
We'll get into that later.
Wow, yeah, wow.
But anyway, I'm answering the question. I'm going with Melo because he makes them better or whatever like that. This is definitely Michael Jordan's best pick. You know, I'm sorry, Kemba, but Melo's better, whatever like that. And I think that he makes them better. I feel like Golden State, they should have drafted him too. That's the conversation. But I feel like that he can do everything. I feel like, you know, he's got basketball IQ. And that full court pass he threw that one game, that was, I've never seen nothing like that.
Straight street ball, yeah, straight street ball.
But I mean, it was like on the point or whatever like that. So I'm, he better than his brother too or whatever. But I already knew that going on.
Oh, yeah.
So
I don't know. I still got hope for Lonzo. I think Lonzo can score really well if he's confident. I can't. I can see it, but they bottling him up to make him.
He's still good. He's still good, but
he's still good player though. Yeah.
Lamelo was always going to be better from when they were younger. I feel like he was always going to be better.
I will say.
I think Lonzo's gonna be on the Bulls next year, but that's later for its conversation. So, anyway, next topic: Defensive Player of the Year. Ravi, who you got? Bunny versus South.
I mean, come on, man. It's been I know you could give you any metrics and I'm a big metrics guy for Rudy Gobert, but there's no defender that's more versatile than what's it called? Benson.
You don't know his name?
Wow.
Sorry,
Wow.
I got a message.
Blooper. What's his name?
I honestly, like, if Matisse had more minutes, that dude is the best defender in the NBA.
He's a good defender, very good.
Yeah.
Next year, them two gonna be terrible to deal with.
Oh yeah.
Bro.
If
he could up his offense for the offensive production, like
that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
He's the next Robert Covington. Better believe it.
Yeah.
3-and-D only. He is. They're not going to give him the offensive play he needs to get better. I mean, he got the body type and everything.
He's a better defender, though.
Yeah, way better than Brooklyn.
Well, he's young.
Yeah.
But to your point, Robbie, Rudy Gobert's metrics are better this year than years when he won Defensive Player of the Year. All right, Rudy Gobert been killing it. So
yes, how you gonna take it away from him?
I mean,
They get fatigued, voter fatigue. Watch, they gonna want something
1 year
fresh.
with him, that's enough. That's enough, Rudy.
He won it twice, I thought, right? Didn't he?
He won it twice.
Twice,
right?
or maybe even 3 times.
Yeah, he at least.
Oh my
That's
gosh!
enough. I think it's once or twice. Either way is enough. Ben.
Why
Come
is
on,
it
Tyler.
Rudy Gobert stinks.
Is he gonna be? Is he a Hall of Fame
terrible,
defender? Is he Ben Wallace now? Like, come on.
He averaging like 3 blocks a game, bro.
Yeah,
Like he having a lot of blocks and 10 plus rebounds. He's defensively.
Probably the best defensive center probably of all time when his career is over.
Whoa. Is this thing recording? Best defensive center of all time.
You know who Hakeem is? Yo?
Like, who is this guy?
No, I'm saying though, like
Bill Russell. Like, I mean, I gotta go all the way back there for you for saying
Even
that.
David Robinson, like.
You're right. Even the KG. Wow.
It's not a ridiculous statement though. Toby, backing me up here.
I'm backing you up because they're talking about the defensive player of the year that you might get this year. You got an assy. You have like 3 defensive player of the years or something like that. They're one of the best. I'm not gonna be the best player of all time, but they're gonna be up there almost. Like Dwight Howard had like 3, I think. So you're gonna say
He does.
Yeah, Dwight.
Nobody ever compared Dwight Howard to. We're gonna just say Hakeem because he never gets as much kind of praise as he should.
About that. But I'm just saying, Ben got it this year. I mean, I
don't even see them two being better than Ben Wallace. Ben Wallace was ferocious on defense. Like,
Made the Hall of Fame. Yeah.
his presence was defensive. Like, and he got steals. Like, he had no offense.
If he gets 3 defense players a year,
you cannot drive in the paint. And I hate Rudy Gobert. This dude stinks. But you can't drive on him. That's how, like, they have to change their whole
He's a great defender, bro. So I'm telling you, like, it's
he is, but all time.
All time, no, he's not Hakeem, bro. It's just he can't. You know what I mean? Because you know, for Rudy Gobert, you get him on a switch, he be getting cooked or whatever. But like,
yeah, 100%.
Yeah, but
I'm sure Hakeem would have too, though. The game wasn't played like that at the time.
Come on, man. He's not better than Ben Wallace. Had 4 defensive player of the years, 6 all-time all defense. He's a block champion, 2-time rebound champ. Like, bro, like, and he going on, like, come on. I think he might be in conversation for the best defensive center ever.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Like, Gobert hasn't even scratching that.
The 07 Pistons, like, people forget.
The 04 Pistons, that's when he won the chip. That was lockdown.
Nah. But 07, Ben Wallace wasn't on that team. Like, the team that lost to the Cavs.
Yeah, he was hurt, wasn't he?
No, he was on Chicago.
He got traded? Yeah, I thought he got traded to the Bulls.
He was on the team. It wasn't the same team or whatever like that. Their center was Antonio McDyess. It was the whole different team.
Terrible. With Wallace, Rasheed, no defense.
But anyway, who you got, Jeff, for the best player of the year?
I'm gonna have to go with I'm gonna go with Ravi, and I'm gonna say Ben Simmons because he has been defensively really well. I mean, as far as, like you said, if you talk about versatility and somebody who can guard all positions, but he also is he's the defensive rebounding magnet, and he can start the fast break. So defensively, he's a nightmare. I mean, we want him to score 30 and 20 points, but that shit might not be what he is. Yo,
He's never going to score 30 points. Like,
we just might be seeing the best of Ben Simmons, and it might be a defensive prowess.
Which is good. You know what I'm saying?
It is. It's great. Him and Joe together is dominant defensively. If they add Thibault and he becomes like a major contributor on defense, that's a front. That's an ugly front right there. Thibault at the 3, Ben at the 4, Joe at the 5. That's a lockdown front.
And Danny Green is no scrub either.
No.
The defense, he gets cooked. He gets cooked.
No.
Danny gets killed, bro. His defensive prowess is over, bro. He just along for this sniper.
Nah. Steph Curry gets cooked. I don't know about Danny Green. Danny Green gets
They both be getting killed, bro.
But
They get
Danny
killed.
Green can hold his own.
Yeah,
I'll say that. But it's unanimous. I would go with Ben too, even though I think Rudy Gobert was phenomenal. But I think it's gonna be voter fatigue, like you said, Jeff. And I think he wants something different, and he does.
It's a different season.
Multiple positions, stuff like that. He did miss about 10 games, Rob? 12 games, I think, whatever like that.
At least 10, yeah.
Yeah, but it wasn't crazy like Joel, like that. So
no.
I would say this year, it's gonna be close. I think. I don't think it's gonna be like a runaway.
Oh yeah. So
I wouldn't be shocked if Rudy get it anyway, just because they want to give Utah all that. It's a small market. You got to think they're trying to boost up the front of that.
And they're the 1 seed. Well, we're the 1 seed, but yeah.
Yeah, it'd be a strictly business decision if he gets it. If he gets it, then you know the NBA is about the money.
Yeah, it's going to be very close, that race, definitely.
Definitely, yeah. 2 close races. What about Coach of the Year? We think about that, Jeff.
Coach of the Year, I'm going to have to give it to Monty Williams. I know Chris Paul is really leading it, but he did. A lot of coaches can mess that up. Like, there are coaches who can mess that situation up. Yes, Chris Paul is on the floor, but Mike, to your point, he's really only 18 points and something assists a game. He's not 30 a game, so the coaching's got to be really good because that allowed Devin Booker to go into a different role, I think. He got off the ball more. They got Ayton playing really well. He's a double-double machine, which is a great thing for them because that gives them a presence on the inside. Booker's been off the ball more, but he's still been getting his points. I got to check his efficiency, but I think Williams did a good job, getting that team number 2 seed. Like I said, a lot of coaches could have messed that up.
Tobi, who you got?
Easy choice, Monty Williams.
Really?
Very easy. It's either him or Tom Thibodeau, but we're not going to give it to him. You got to understand, this is the Phoenix Suns. They haven't been to the playoffs since I was maybe in 10th grade. Since then, people have had children, have grown up. A lot of things have changed in the world. So they were almost the number 1 seed, but they're the number 2 seed right now. So, they played great last year, but we never expect them to be the 1 or 2 seed or even challenge that. So for that alone, he has to get it.
I actually had a 1A, 1B thing, but it's all good.
I'll come back to that. So,
come back to that.
I mean, Thibs is definitely going to get some votes, but it's got to be Monty Williams. These guys are on the money here. like from.
I got a 1A1B though, so I'm 50-50 on my.
You could kind of see it coming when they won the 8 straight in the bubble. Like, all right, this team might be like, coming to terms, and then with the addition of Chris Paul, they really blew up. But I mean, they dominated this year.
What about the 1 seed coaches, Doc Rivers?
I was gonna say Doc as my 1A, bro.
Yeah. I love Doc too. But I think just because of where the Suns were before this year, is like how big of a jump they've made kind of gives them the advantage.
But why would you say Doc? Jeff, go ahead.
Because he took the 6 seed Sixers from last year and he ran them up to the number 1 seed.
Y'all were the 6 seed last year? I didn't realize this.
Yeah, so you know what I'm saying? And it might not look like that, but they would have run away with the number 1 seed had Joel not missed this many games. Like, if he makes more games, they might have really ran away with the number 1 seed. And what he did was, like I said, with Mike, and Mike's been saying it all season, his transformation or his finding a usage for Ben Simmons. Not forcing him to be what we all want him to be, but finding something where he's comfortable and he'll give a lot of participation, which is kind of like that hybrid 3-4, and he's getting these triple doubles because of it. He can pass. We know he's going to rebound, and he's got to get to 10 points. He's going to get that easy, but he's also defending at a very high clip. And again, it takes the pressure off him, and it also puts the ball back in Tobias Harris's hands, who also had his career numbers with Doc. And to find them reunited, we get to see another good season. I think he was an all-star this year out of that whole process too.
Yeah, that's a good point because actually, to your point, the fact they still got the 1 seed without Joel missing 20 games is a good, it was good for Doc. I like Thibodeau though, actually, or whatever, because New York Knicks had no expectations whatsoever. Everybody thought they'd be right back in the lottery. Blah, blah, blah. They had that 13-game streak or whatever they had at one point. He turned Julius Randle into an all-NBA player. Playing great. They playing a great defense. He made Derrick Rose good off the bench, stuff like that. So I like Thibodeau. Only because of New York's expectations. Sure. I know Phoenix wasn't great, but they did have a great bubble run. So we kind of saw them. Yeah. I think Jeff said it last year or whatever like that. We kind of saw them doing a little better this year, whatever like that. So I like Thibodeau, me personally.
Also, and to Mike's point, I think we all snubbed Julius Randle on our MVP list. I think he definitely deserves to be in the conversation.
That's
okay. I don't think he deserves it.
Really?
Huh?
I don't think he's gonna keep this up. I don't know.
No, he might not keep it up, but I think he deserves he was elite this year.
Julius Randle. Yeah.
What do you think?
He's tough.
No, he's not. No, he's not. Stop.
If you're not like AD, you don't have that crazy height over him. I seen him playing, man. He got way better. I never thought he was gonna be this good, but the way
he hooped this year, man.
Yo, when we
from 3 for
back, we need a dinger that goes like POTM. Prisoner of the moment. So when somebody say something like Julius Randle's tough, we hit him with the dinger.
This year was his first year making an All-Star team, right?
Yeah.
So we'll probably make it again next year. Would you say?
No, he won't.
He won't make it next year?
That's a hater.
The way he was
I'm gonna be honest because I think a couple. So did Ben Simmons make it this year?
Yeah.
And Tobias Harris?
No.
Not Tobias.
Okay. I thought he made it for some reason. I thought he made it for some reason though. But I mean,
never been an all-star.
I just think it's some other. It's gonna be some other players. I don't see him making it again. I just think his game is kind of old. It's traditional. It's old school basketball. Mid-range, post up, get the ball on the elbow. The game isn't played like that anymore. So he'll have this run this year, and the game isn't played like that. But the players who play it, like Giannis, they're freaks of nature. They are totally built like someone different. Bron, Giannis, AD, a 7-foot point guard, really. So his game is old to me.
It's not all back to the basket. He got that left.
I ain't saying all back to the basket, but the mid-range and them fadeaways, nah. Teams will get hold of that. I mean, again, I'll wait till next year. Catch me next year about the Julius train.
Okay, but you saying he won't be an All-Star?
Next year, no, I don't think he will.
Okay. Well, at the beginning of the season, we're gonna talk about that again.
He will.
We'll revisit that. All right. What do we got next here? Oh,
We should check this.
George said he was at the gym the whole time. He thought it was tomorrow night. So.
Yeah, we should check the strength of schedule for the Knicks this year at the beginning of the season. Tobi, let's see if we can get that before the end of the show.
I mean, yo, they recently, like, was it like from like in March or April when they won like how many straight games?
Like
13
out of 14.
They won like 13, bro. And
yeah,
he was
9
hooping.
straight, 13
He was getting like 30. He was getting like 30.
I mean, we got to check the opponents and the strength of schedule. Like,
everybody else.
A win is a win.
like, nah, bro. You know a win is not a win, Tobi.
You win the games you're supposed to.
Bro, if you win 12 out of 13 games, bro, you're getting.
Yeah, it doesn't matter who you're playing.
All right.
13 is good.
Yeah.
All right, I'll let you have that.
Is he an MVP candidate to you then? Since like
Who?
Ravi's,
No,
Julius.
I think last time we did the show, I had him in my top 5 or 6.
Okay.
He would be right out there. He'd be like 6, 7.
Okay.
Who knows?
Gotcha.
Get him
All
back.
right.
And just a last point on the Knicks is NBA is great when they're great.
I told y'all this. I tried to tell y'all this before.
Yeah.
Like that. Like Jordan ain't feeling me. He was talking about not Brooklyn. I'm like, no. When the Knicks are great, NBA is different. Stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, it's a little different. Like I want to go to the Garden when it opens back up. So
Yeah.
Them tickets are a band.
Oh yeah, cost a band to get in the stadium.
that's crazy. Are you serious?
Yeah,
Oh God.
to watch the Hawks.
Yeah, y'all gonna play him in second round, Robbie. So we gonna see.
Oh yeah,
But
we're sleepwalking.
Sixers
Okay.
and 5.
So anyway, talking about the playoffs, man. Let's talk about these playoffs. So there's some series we don't know yet, but there's some that we do know. So we do know it's going to be the Heat versus the Bucks, which is the Eastern Conference rematch from last year in the first round. So can the Heat upset the Bucks? Who y'all picking to win that series? Or whatever? Tobi, go ahead.
For the Heat, it's possible they can upset the Bucks. They did it last year, but no, they're not beating them this year. I got the Bucks in like I don't know 6 games. They don't have no Oladipo. I feel like if they had Oladipo, they had another great scorer. They probably would have did it. Last year they had Jay Crowder. I feel like he was a good defender. I mean, I guess Trevor Ariza is a good defender too. But I don't know. This year they're built differently. I like Drew Holiday. That acquisition is very slept on, and it's gonna show when they beat the Heat.
Yeah, that'll probably be the best series in the first round, I think, me personally. Rob, what do you think? Heat and Bucks?
Yeah, definitely the Bucks. I don't think it'll be close.
Really?
Maybe. Yeah. I got the Heat maybe winning one. They're just not good. They're not as good this year. I'll give Jimmy the benefit of one game, but they're not going to beat the Bucks. Not this year.
Okay, Jeff?
I'm going with the Heat. You already know that. I mean, he did it last year. Like, and don't sleep on the Heat not being as fiery. They're in the same exact position they were last year. The 5th seed, like, actually they're the 6th seed, so they're one less. But they had the experience. I trust me. I trust the Heat culture that they're going to go ahead and get this one over the Bucks. I think that'll just be his kryptonite. Like everyone had one. And I think the Heat might be his kryptonite. I mean, like, they're 6th in the league in points allowed. You know, their defensive rating is 3rd. You know, they like 9th in steals. They still a defensive juggernaut. And if they got to make it ugly and muck it up with the Bucks, I think they will, because it's no tough guys on the Bucks for me. You know, it's nobody to fire the troops up. It's just Giannis and a bunch of other calm, cool kids who got skateboards and backpacks. And that won't fly in the NBA playoffs.
So you got the Heat. Okay.
Yeah.
Heat for the upset. Listen, if Giannis losing the first round, that's bad, man. I'm telling you. After losing in the second round, like, it's just crazy. But and that's why I don't think he's gonna lose. I think this year he's gonna step up, figure him out. I think that, and again, also Coach Bud losing the first round too. He might be gone, by the way.
He's gone.
He's going anyway. If you ask me, if he don't win a chip.
Nah, I wouldn't say that. But
right.
if he go in the first round though, he got to be gone. But no, I'm going with the Bucks. I think I'm with Tobi. Drew Holiday was a good pickup. He can defend like crazy. I always loved Drew. He settles them down in the fourth quarter. I like what he does with that. Middleton be low key giving you buckets or whatever like that, like when you least expect it. And I think they got a deep like 3-point shooting team too in the Bucks. Like I watched them play, so and I don't think he gonna let them. I don't think they will do to Giannis again what he did last year. So I'm going with the Bucks.
He ain't did nothing. He ain't did nothing special since. He just looked the same. Like he just hasn't gotten any better. Like he's the same cat.
I think he had a little mid-range now. Giannis.
Giannis.
Yeah, Giannis definitely got a little bit
He
better,
does.
bro. He's
His
shooting the ball way more
shooting
now.
is definitely better. I don't think he'll shoot in the playoffs much.
I don't think so either. And that's what I'm saying. He gonna go back to his old ways.
Yeah. But come on, man, you're getting busted, chopped
He's not
down.
ultra aggressive with the shot. He's not always gonna pull it up. If he's wide open, he'll pull it up. I think this team is good enough right now to beat the Heat. They will beat the Heat.
All right.
No way.
Okay. I ain't betting against Jimmy and Bam. I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not.
I honestly would. The thing is that my head, my heart telling me Heat, my head telling me Bucks. Stuff like that. Like I feel like that, like the Bucks ain't gonna lose 3 years in a row that early. Like that's just bad or whatever.
I've seen it happen before.
I hear you. I don't think so. But anyway, next one, Blazers Nuggets. Jeff, do you have something for that? What you got?
I'm calling them low-key upset of the Blazers. I'm calling them low-key upset of the Blazers. Now, keep this on wax because I got something else to say about this later. It plays into another part of the segment of the show, so we'll see how it works out. So when we get to that point. But yeah, I think the Blazers might I think they subtly beat the Nuggets. The loss of Murray is too big. It's just too big. Like the Nuggets look sort of like they came back down. Jokic is really, really, really good. He is really good. He's worthy of the MVP candidacy and the voting that he's getting because one, he's carrying the load. Like you said, Mike, 26, 11, and 8. That's absurd for a 7-foot center. Like, and he's not uber athletic. You know, he got a good mind on his shoulders, good head on his shoulders to play the basketball game. He's talented, and he just got game. But I don't know, man. Dame is dangerous right now, man. That team is actually loaded. Add Norman Powell to that, like that's a scary. They got firepower, and it might not be defensively if they put this lineup out there, but they got firepower. They throw like Dame, CJ, Melo, and Powell out there with like Nurkic. Like they got firepower right there. Like, and I just think this is a crazy season, and I'm expecting craziness. So I'm expecting the Blazers to upset them too.
All right, Toby, what you got, man?
Yeah, I think it might be a 7-game series, but it's hard for me to pick the Nuggets. You know, when they don't have Jamal Murray, they only got. They got Michael Porter Jr. I like Michael Porter Jr., but it's just, I have to see it first. I have to see him, dominate in the playoffs. For me to pick the Nuggets. But right now, I got the Blazers. I got them in they don't play no defense, so it could go to 7 games, or it's 6, Honestly, that team, they should be way better than the Nuggets without Jamal Murray. Beat them on that. So I'm gonna pick it.
Ravi, what you got, bro?
I think you guys are sleeping on the Nuggets. Once Murray went down, they played well. They didn't really skip a beat. Not that Austin Rivers is like a menace or anything, but he's a solid replacement. But like the Nuggets and all their playoff series, it's going to be a 7-game series, and it's going to be exciting as hell. So I'm definitely looking forward to it. And if it comes down to the last 6 minutes, it's a toss-up. Last 6 minutes in Game 7.
You got the Nuggets. Wow. That's your pick, Nuggets. Okay.
Nuggets is my pick, though. Yeah.
All right. Cool. I think it's gonna be a Michael Porter Jr. coming out party because the playoffs. And he's gonna show on the grand stage like how good he is, how good he has become, stuff like that. Without Jamal Murray there, kind of like take the ball from him and stuff like that. I think Joker's gonna be Joker. Even though I do like the Blazers actually having a healthy Nurkic. I feel they never had him healthy in the playoff stuff or whatever like that. And I like the high-low action between Nurkic and Dame. That'd be like unbeatable a lot of times or whatever. But damn, it's really close to me actually. I think it's going 7 games too. And if it goes 7, if I feel like it's over 7, I gotta go with Dame.
Yeah.
Like Dame will have a good series, a good game 7. I trust Dame in the game 7. Like it can really go either way, but like I said, I'm gonna go with the Blazers in 7. All right, so Eastern Conference Finals, Bobby. Besides the Sixers, who you got? Or do you got the Sixers?
The Sixers will be playing the Milwaukee Bucks.
Number 1 stunner. Wow.
All right. Okay. All right. Hold that thought. Tobi, who you got? Sixers. I mean, who you got?
Sixers will be playing. Simple.
Nets.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Jeff.
The Sixers. Yeah, I'm gonna say the Sixers and the Nets. I mean, that's. I mean, I gotta ride with that one. Like, I got a little sleeper possibility, but we'll talk later.
It's tough for me because the Nets don't like the they can't stop Giannis or whatever, like at all, literally. Like, you know what I mean? They just too much for them or whatever like that. But those last 2 games when the Bucks beat the Nets, there was no James Harden there either, so that does change things up or whatever like that. So I think I'm gonna go with these guys and go with Sixers Nets or whatever, and let Ravi keep the upset on his own. All right.
So just one point though is so it's most likely the Nets are going to play the Wizards, who I think are going to play them tough, and then the Bucks I think are going to have an easier ride against the Heat. So the Nets are
wait. You think the Wizards are going to play the Nets tough?
Oh yeah, the Wizards have been like the second hottest team since the All-Star break.
Bro, the Nets play 0 defense, and the way
they play 0 defense, Russ and KD still got.
Russ is gonna have an implosion of himself because there's too much on the other side against him.
Like 5 or 6.
No,
5 or 6. I agree.
No, they gonna sweep him.
Nah.
Yo, Russ is going to try to do too much. This against KD and James Harden, he is going to try to do too much, and he's going to shoot them out of it. Watch. This is Russell Wilson, Russell Westbrook. We know him to do this. He is against an arch nemesis. He's going to OD it.
That's a good. Okay, so that's a good one too. Nets and
that's my reasoning there.
All right, I got you. So what's your reasoning? Why I got the Nets to go to the Eastern Conference Finals?
Can't beat them 3 together. KD, Kawhi. I mean, yeah, you can't beat them 3. KD, Harden, and Kyrie. Like, if they on the floor together, like, they just can outscore you. Like, you can't miss a shot, and there's no other team not missing shots. Like,
it's just too much offense.
It's just too much offense. Man.
I have to see them lose for me to think they can lose the series first.
They've played like 7 games this year.
I don't care. I don't care.
They're still like who they are, though. Like,
they are. See, the specialty about them is not all 3 need to go off. So they can carry one. Yeah, they can carry a person till he finds his rhythm.
2 of them need to go off because they only have like 7 players.
Well, that's why I said all 3 don't need to. So 2 of them can go off and they carry the 3rd guy.
And that's always going to be KD and Kyrie because Harden.
Yeah. He's a ball player. Rebound, assist.
You got Joe Harris shooting open 3s, bro. That's automatic.
Come on, man.
Remember Larry Shamet? Ravi? Remember Larry Shamet? Open 3s?
Splash.
Man, he's barely cracking rotation.
They got the whole old Sixers. They got TLC, Shamet. They got the
Just saying, man. Too much.
And I kind of like Mike James or whatever, but that's
he's cool. That's what I'm saying, bro. They have so many offensive pieces and no defensive pieces. So I want them. You know me. I'm hoping for them to lose, but realistically, I'm just thinking who's gonna stop these guys.
All right. Well, I got the Eastern Conference Finals. I got Sixers, Nets as well. Western Conference Finals. Jeff, who you got?
I got the Lakers, the Clippers. I think this is going to be the greatest display LeBron has ever provided us. I'm trying to tell you, it's his greatest challenge. And actually, hold on, let me see. I just think it is. I think he's suited to have the greatest challenge. What do we say? Okay, all right. So I'll hold it. Hold on. I'll hold that. So I'll say Lakers, Clippers, like I've been saying. This is last year.
I don't know about the greatest challenge, but we'll get back to that.
All right.
Tobi, what you got, bro?
Last year I predicted the right? So the Nuggets will get there. They beat the Clippers. Got there. This year, the Clippers will not make it again. They will lose. Lakers versus the Utah Jazz.
Wow.
Okay, Ravi.
I agree with Toby. I think it's going to be Lakers, Jazz. People are sleeping on the Jazz, man.
Yeah.
They're the best team in the league and so
They hit the
disrespected
most
out here.
threes. They hit the most threes
Yeah.
like ever. in this shit.
Yeah, they did.
But I mean, that obviously is TBD depending on the seeding, obviously, how that's going to work out.
True.
They could play each other in the first round. So,
Oh,
Right
Lakers,
now,
nah,
I'm thinking
nah. No. Lakers gonna win tonight. They're gonna beat the fucking by
tomorrow.
10 or more, like I told you, maybe 15 or whatever.
Yeah, right
I'm
now I'm
about to bet
thinking
on
they're the
this.
seventh. I'm thinking about the Lakers as a 7th seed. So as
Correct.
a
yeah,
7th
yeah.
seed,
Me too, yeah.
Yeah. I got Lakers, of course. Lakers. Damn, man.
you don't want to say the Clippers.
I know.
Yeah, they ain't spraying proof nothing to it yet.
I like
Bastards.
Jazz. Think about Jazz. People should forget they got Jordan Clarkson be killing off the bench or whatever.
He gonna be 6 man of the year. Sidebar.
Yeah, that's why I didn't ask that
Yep.
question because I know he can
Yeah.
be spending it. Like he can get buckets, bro. But is Mitchell like healthy right now? How healthy is Mitchell? Or whatever like that.
You're not
So-
going to go to
He
the
been out a lot of games.
You're not going to go to the first game.
He should be okay for the playoffs, though.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm going with the Clippers, yo. I'm gonna go with the Lakers Clippers too. I think it's time for it to happen, or whatever like that. You know what I mean? It happened last year. I think it happened this year. The Clippers got Serge Ibaka back too, and he came back looking good. And then they got the Marcus while Ibaka was out, and the Marcus actually playing well. So I think it's supposed to be the Lakers and the Clippers, bro. All right, now out of that, who's your finals prediction? I'll say Jeff for last, or whatever like that. Who you got?
You might. No.
I mean, Lakers versus Nets, man. Lakers in 6.
Lakers versus Nets. All right, you answered both questions. That's fine. Robbie, who you got?
I got Sixers versus Jazz.
Wow, hold that thought.
Oh my gosh, that's terrible.
I
What did you
know.
just say, bro?
He's a second
Says Jazz. Wow.
Whatever you smoking, man. I need it, man, because it's crazy, man.
He on the dipper or something, man.
Gotta be the best.
You crazy.
Denver pack out here.
Definitely, I believe that.
He probably got some of that Colorado stuff he still got from back.
That's what he just said.
Jeff, who you got?
I got Lakers Nets.
Lakers, Nets, whatever. And I got Lakers, Sixers. Oh, what? I'll have the Nets. Oh, whatever. Going to the finals. Not yet. Me personally. And Sixers go to finals. I win a lot of money, so I'm going to win
Word.
Sixers or whatever like that. And who you got winning it, Jeff?
So that's what I said. This is gonna be LeBron's greatest run, right? He gonna knock off his arch nemesis and Steph tonight in the first game. Again, he's gonna get the Suns, and he's gonna beat his brother Chris Paul. Then he's gonna get the Blazers with his brother Carmelo Anthony. And then to serve it all off, he's gonna get Kawhi Leonard so he can finally take the throne back. And then he's gonna finally beat KD. This is going to be his greatest championship run ever if you look at the portfolio of it and the meaning of it, his career. And by winning this championship, he's going to surpass Kobe Bryant and become the second greatest player ever. Right.
Kobe, what your boy talking about?
Yo, he is, bro. He's going to have 5 at the end of this. This is going to be the greatest. This is going to be the most.
First of all, let's back up what you said.
Go ahead.
All right. First of all, Steph and the Warriors are like, Steph and us 5. Like, that's not a great win. It's not,
But I'm just saying, it's the headline of it. It's him versus Steph. You know what I'm saying? It's like
none of us believed in the Suns all season. So they're like, they're just great challenge.
exactly, but still got Chris Paul. It's his brother. He in the playoffs with him. He gonna take him out. Then he gonna, like I said, get to his other brother from the Banana Boat, Melo and Dame. And I'm just saying, it's like the emotions
If you want to go
side.
emotional, yeah, but those teams ain't great. Suns or
Yeah, I ain't saying they are great. I'm just saying this is how it's gonna portray. This is how it's gonna play itself out. And then he's gonna finally get the Clippers in the Western Conference
Now, that's
and get to
challenge,
knock
yeah.
that off. And then he's gonna finally get KD again on the grand stage, and they're gonna knock them off. And he's gonna beat Kyrie, who turned and tried to leave him. So the storyline is gonna be so heroic for him to go through this journey It's gonna be
leave
crazy.
you as number 2 all time. After that.
All time. All
right.
time.
All
time.
Tobi,
I mean,
how's that far-fetched?
It's not far-fetched. All yours is funny, Jeff. Anyway, go ahead.
That's hilarious. But Bron is already my number 1 or 2, so I'm not. I don't mean that much. Yeah, he'll be Steph. I think y'all being disrespectful with the Suns. I mean, it's still a good team. That game, if that goes to 6 or 7, people are gonna be shocked. Are you not gonna be shocked if it go to 6 or 7?
Which one?
He gonna take good care of them.
Who? What team?
If the Suns beat the Lakers 2 times in the 7-game series, it's gonna
5. You might get 4. I'm trying to tell you. Let AD be playing out of his mind. They gonna sweep him.
They gonna be cooking DeAndre Ayton or whatever.
You're gonna let AD play out of his mind.
Being disrespectful at the end of the day, and I'm gonna say, yeah, he will beat this. He will beat whatever. And he's gonna beat the Nets in 6 games. Like I think it's gonna be a tough series. But you know, KD doesn't have the Warriors anymore. He has a reputation of the Warriors, but when it comes down to the team aspect, I don't think it's the Warriors. No, they're not the Warriors.
I don't know. Remember, Steve Kerr was in the organization for the Warriors.
It's not even that. Bron's got AD now. He done have
AD. Well, I've been said that. Like,
you're right. Bron does have AD. But I mean, this is gonna be a tough.
That's what I say. He's gonna take everybody.
I wouldn't be surprised if the Nets won because they have so much. But I'm gonna pick, LeBron to 1 and 6. Hopefully, AD doesn't get. It's all about health. If health happens, everything gets washed. Everybody's healthy. AD will be unstoppable. Who are they gonna put on? DeAndre Jordan and Jackson. DeAndre is too old.
Jeff Green.
Jeff Green will get.
Stop. Bless you.
Thank you.
I want to see how that works out. You have Andre Drummond and AD. They should dominate that series. You have no bigs,
Well, I don't think they get there because I told y'all before. I think Nets win their 2nd year. I don't know why I expect them first year.
I agree with Mike.
I've been saying that all year long. I feel like the chemistry had no time to build, and I feel like they need like another piece on the inside or whatever like that. So I'm a 2nd year for the Nets. But go ahead, Ravi. What you got for the winner of the finals? And get Sixers.
I'm gonna roll with my team out here.
And how many games?
I would go 6 to 7. But my reasoning is the West is gonna beat each other up. I mean, there's not a single series I see that could even be a sweep or a potential sweep. Like everything's going 5, 6, possibly 7. And in the East, like Sixers have a cakewalk to the Eastern Conference. They won't have a challenging series until the Eastern Conference Finals. So they're gonna be the most well-rested team going into the finals.
He don't have
not too rested.
The Knicks? This man said the Knicks?
Yeah.
What's your reason, Ravi, on why the Sixers will beat the Bucks to go to the finals?
We never played them full strength, so I know we lost them 3 times, but 2 of them we didn't have Embiid, and then I forget what the third one was. Yeah. So I mean, like, I think overall our roster compared to them is better. Like Giannis will get his, Embiid will get his, and then our team will, like those 2 guys canceling each other out, we'll get more help, like production from our other guys.
Okay.
And I think our defensive presence is just too good. Like we're elite defensively.
Well, since I got Sixers and Lakers in the finals, I got Lakers and 6, which I called last year, but it didn't happen. But I got Lakers and 6 over the Sixers. I think it'll be a good back and forth series. At the end of the day, though, y'all got nobody to guard Bron or whatever on the Sixers. So I feel like that, like, that's the biggest problem or whatever like that. And I think that, of course, Drummond can't really guard Embiid, but he can at least make it tough for him.
No, stop it. Drummond has never even come close to making it difficult for Embiid.
But you know who has, though? You know who has? Gasol, who's on their bench. He's always made it tough for Embiid.
Yeah, I'll give you Gasol, but that man is old and washed now.
They throw multiple bodies at Embiid, and they're gonna try to wear him down by doing that.
Right, correct. That's what I'm saying. So
if that happens, if those two
I do
win.
agree. I think every single game will be just electric. I think.
yeah, so I got Lakers in 6, but of course I got Lakers, which I said a long time ago, going back to back and won the championship. And like I said, to me, I know everybody y'all sold on the firepower, but I'm with Ravi. They only play 8 games together. I don't feel like the defense is there yet for the Nets or the chemistry. So I'm more on after they have a whole off season with James Harden, and then they kind of come back next year. Like I don't think people put enough into that for me.
Yeah.
So that's my opinion. Next though, the last the Russian championship. So Jeff, you asked this question in the chat, and everybody answered. So with Steph getting to the playoffs without Clay and stuff like that, you thought it was how you feel like it was for his legacy? Since you asked the question.
Well, yeah, I think it's definitely good. Him getting to the playoffs, because like I said, now I feel like he's in that, he can go into that best point guard of all time conversation, because he was able to do it by himself. He led that team to the playoffs. He's always had Clay, and then he had the years with KD. And those were special years. And even with just Clay, it's funny how they both got praised for being the best at their positions and came up together. Normally one cancels each other out. Steph did more than Clay, of course, as far as the scoring part. But Clay's defense couldn't be ignored. His accuracy, and he did get solid rebounds to be 6'7". You know what I'm saying? And he just didn't have an all-around game like Steph did. But, I'm excited for him, man. I'm happy for him getting to the playoffs. Sad to see it end so soon.
Tobi, what do you think about Steph after this season?
Yo, Steph is one of the GOATs, man. We have all this on footage, so we could go back to the first episode of the season. I think you asked a question about Steph, and I was like, I got to see him do it. I didn't really believe that he would take this team to the playoffs, and the fact that he taking this team to the playoffs, they're the eighth. They could be guaranteed the playoff spot if it wasn't for the playing game stuff. The fact that he did this, I gained so much respect for Steph. I see him in a whole nother level. Even after he had the unanimous year when they lost, they still lost to Bron. I was looking at it because they were trying to put him over Bron at that time. He's the best player in the league. But now to see him, he's probably the second best point guard, second or third best point guard. We're gonna be number one. Not number one.
Top 5 for sure.
Easily top 5, top 3.
Top 3. Man,
I seen him against
top 3,
Memphis, bro. Him against Memphis, bro, recently when he was just hitting these threes.
I don't know, bro. He was 9 for 22 for threes. That's not a good percentage, bro.
That's 40%. Yeah. That's
40%. 9 for 22.
Bro, that's 40%.
That's 30-something %, bro. That's high 30.
Bro, that's 40%, bro.
Bro.
When the game came down to the clutch, Steph was hitting those threes.
Do the math, Jeff. That's 40%.
I'm doing it. Don't worry. Don't worry. You already know.
Damn, my baby.
That's 33%, fool.
No, it ain't.
Yes, it is. All you gotta do is divide 9 by 27. 22.
Yeah, you're bad.
Oh, my bad. You right. That's 40. Yeah, it is. It just looked ugly. 9 for 22. It just looked real ugly.
It was compared this year to his MVP year because of how many. He averaged the most 3 this year, in NBA history.
He won the scoring title.
He did. That's crazy.
Right.
That's so ignored. He won the scoring title.
And it's crazy.
Yeah.
Him and KD on the same team was unfair.
He's a legend.
Sure.
Yeah. Hold on, Jordan. Go ahead, Rob. What do you think about this?
What's up?
What do you think about Steph after this year?
So, I feel like the last couple of years he's been in that conversation of all-time great. So, making the playoffs, I don't think should be celebrated. Even, his team was last, but this should be the expectation. This should be the expectation. This is you're saying top 5, top 10 players.
He's got a point. He's got a point.
Be the minimum expectation.
Minimum. He's got a point. He's got a point.
Bro, you see he was playing with?
He's got a point.
He was playing with Jordan guy, Andrew Wiggins. Come on.
Nah, bro.
He's in the same conversation. No. Andrew Wiggins played well this year, actually.
He doesn't move anything. He doesn't.
He ain't been here for about a month, so he don't know.
He was getting doubled a lot, bro. He was getting doubled.
No, I know. But listen, like
Steph?
he
Yeah,
is a
yeah.
top 5 player.
I see like 3 people around him.
Playoffs shouldn't be a surprise. Look, like if he's in the same conversation as Braun, like
He's got a point.
moving miles to the playoffs.
He's
like,
got a point, bro.
Bro, they had Kelly Oubre,
Bro.
But he's 6'2", 6'3", bro. Stop it.
He's still a point guard, bro.
I'm not denying that. I'm
He's
just
still
saying, if he's in that conversation,
Yeah.
this
he
is the
should.
expectation.
Yeah, and he's a 3-time champion, 2-time MVP. He should get a team to the playoffs, at least.
Yeah.
Like, come on, bro, at least. Now, if he get 2 games in the series, he really get praised, but...
Hold on, bro. They played 4 or 5 on offense. Draymond
they left Draymond alone, bro.
Bro, they do that with a lot of
It
centers.
doesn't matter. If you want to be in that conversation, you gotta be scrutinized like that.
Yeah, he's got a good point, yo.
What's the
This team really sucks.
all right, the question was, watching Steph this year, like, how did it affect his legacy to you? Like, did it make him look better or look worse? Because he made the playoffs, I guess.
made him look way better. I mean, he was already great. He was already going to go down as point guard of all time.
Bro, we can't hear you, bro.
Shooter of all time. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you go ahead.
All right. So it made it better. I don't know how much better it can get, but you're talking about he's playing with scrubs, right? He's playing with scrubs. He doesn't have Klay Thompson, right? His go-to, his right-hand man, and just like Mike said, it's 4-on-5 every time down the court. They don't even guard Draymond.
But they do that to centers and all kind of people,
They
man.
be in the paint, bro. They be in the paint. Not the people.
Come on, bro. They be doing that to somebody else too. They ain't the only person they do that to. I think so. LeBron be off somebody. They do that to Rondo sometimes. Come on, bro. Stop.
Back in the day, but Draymond is supposed to be like what?
Stop.
Rondo.
Draymond averaged like 5 points a game, bro.
Stop, bro. Stop. It don't matter, man.
You talked about
It gotta be the minimum, man. It gotta be the minimum. A 3-time NBA champion, 2-time NBA MVP, and he's probably gonna go down as one of the top 5 point guards of all time. He gotta at least make the playoffs. Damn, come on, man.
You trying to compare him to LeBron James?
I'm not. I'm comparing him to Allen Iverson. Now that I thought about it, AI never won nothing. And we expected AI to get to the playoffs every year, didn't we?
Fuck no.
Crickets. But we expect him to get there every year. And he got there every year. He just got bounced every first round after the championship year. He got there. We expect that from him. Why we don't expect that from Steph?
What AI did was great too, but what Steph did is great too. So I'm telling you, I'm not saying it like, no, they really have nothing on the team, Jeff. I'm sorry. Like,
man, listen, man.
Team suck, bro. Team suck.
Bro,
Literally, we're not good at it.
I just gave you a valid comparison. It doesn't get even any better than that.
But I said that AI did was amazing too. I'm saying, like,
yeah. So that's what I'm saying. So if what AI did made him the player he is, and Steph's got 3 rings and 2 MVPs, 1 unanimous. His minimum has to be the playoffs.
They even lost their their first round pick halfway through the season. Like, bro,
who cares? It's Steph Curry. He changed basketball's landscape.
Bro, he's triple teamed almost every time down the floor, yo. You understand?
Man, hey man.
Again, not
hey, man.
I'm just saying. Look,
yeah.
Iverson's not in that top 20 conversation. Maybe top 20. He's not in that top 10, top 15 conversation.
Top 5. Oh, okay. They putting Steph in top 5.
Top 5 point guards, not top 5.
No. They're talking about all-time great top 5 ever.
Nah, Steph might be
no. Top 10. Never heard that one either.
Steph top 15, I say all time.
Yeah, but top 5, we talking point guards though, at minimum. If he's the top 5 point guard all time, we talking about Zeke. Come on, Magic.
Yeah, Joe Dumars the whole time. Talk about.
But that's what okay. So that proves the Steph point even more. The playoffs has to at least be the minimum. Jeez, we giving away passes. LeBron has to go through torture for him to get credit, but Steph can't even make the playoffs. And like,
this man made it to the finals 10 times.
We're talking about Steph making the 8th. Everybody knows the East is weaker than the West.
Correct.
The 7th seed in the East and the West will be like a top 5 or 6 seed
Mind you, he also missed 9 games when he pulled his
He
ass.
missed games too, bro.
Who, Steph?
Yeah.
Yes, bro.
Again, he has to at least make the playoffs. He's Stephen Curry. Come on.
Nah, bro. His team really sucked.
Like, he was like the face of the league for a couple years. Like, are you serious? So let me ask you, do you expect Kawhi to make the playoffs by himself?
Bro, who's the not by yourself?
If he has Steph team, I do not expect that.
Bro, he's playing
bugging,
with
man.
certified scrubs.
I expect Steph Curry to be
He's
better
playing with certified
every
scrubs.
If he got
single
switched
year.
him, Kawhi's not taking it to the playoffs. Kawhi would have missed games. He would have got his butt.
Kawhi just took the Raptors to the playoff, to the championship,
They was his scrubs.
to the chip.
And they would have lost if the Warriors were tested. Like, this Kawhi,
Like, he just ran into the chip though. Like,
you know, from
Stop, bro.
This Kawhi talk, the way people talk about
has
Kawhi
to be
now,
higher, man.
It's not about
What are we
it's about
celebrating
the
here?
roster to me, whether I expect or not. Like, and that roster is trash, bro. Like, I'm
The
sorry.
roster is
right?
really trash, bro. It's really
Roster is trash. He played amazing. That's great, but nothing to be celebrated here.
Nah,
Yeah,
it's
and
crazy.
I kind of feel, man, it was a great season, but like again, like what's our minimal expectation then if he got to the playoffs?
For him, for that team?
Yeah.
The question was, could he get him to the playoffs and whatnot? That's
And he did. But they knew he could. They just wanted to see him do it.
No, they didn't.
Nah, bro. It's
Come on,
really
man.
hard, bro. It's not,
All right,
even
man.
right now, it's not even guaranteed. They're not even guaranteed their spot right now.
Hey, Jordan, hold on, man. Hey, Jordan.
Technically, it should be in. Old
Jordan here?
rules, you know.
Jordan,
Jordan, can you hear us?
Yeah, he can hear us. He got us on mute.
Nah, I ain't saying nothing. I'm gonna ask you about his predictions. Jordan.
I don't got y'all on me, dude.
All right. Hey, what's your predictions while we got you here real quick for the finals? And who's gonna win?
Told you.
Yeah, my phone's about to die.
All right, go ahead, Ravi. We'll talk.
All right, Ravi. Thanks for coming on the show, man. We'll see you in about a month.
All right, going
See you,
six.
All
fellas.
right, brother.
All right, now go ahead, Jordan. Say it again.
Sixers.
I'm losing him, bro. Yo, you are froze, man.
Sixers.
What are you, a doctor?
He said Sixers, Lakers. I got it. In what? In how many games?
Sixers and 7.
Okay. All right.
Sixers and 7.
All right. Well, Jordan, came for the end of the show, but it's over now. So we got your prediction on wax. But we appreciate you. Appreciate everybody watching Half Court Trap. Everybody, please like, comment, and subscribe. We'll be back next week to talk about more of these playoffs, more heated debates, stuff like that as we love. And, keep watching. See you later.
yeah, man.
All right, man.
What's up?
Yeah. Good.